Hey everyone, Tapdog here with a little Alchemist helper. Today I am continuing the Discord suggestions videos with the focus today being on the research and the shop. So any ideas that you guys had that you put in Discord, they're going to be talked about here. As a reminder, I don't know who these came from. Thank you so much, Jark, for putting this list together for me, and I appreciate all your help. But with that being said, we're going to jump into this. So we have 9 suggestions on this, and so this will be probably a very quick video, but we'll go through them. So first off, we've got number 1, add more value to the super rare pack. It currently is 42 gems, which is basically $10 with how the game is right now. And all you get is 2 gold final form cards and a silver card. So yeah, if you look in the shop right now, there are some gem packs that you can purchase, and really none of them I would purchase. You've got the Little Isles pack and the Little Town pack, which are both 60 gems, and you're guaranteed to get, I believe, 3 boss cards out of that. And obviously the Isles one gives you bosses from the Isles, and the Town one gives you bosses from the first area of the town. So paying 60 gems to get 3 bosses, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think anyone would want to buy those. Then you have the 60 gems for the 3 diamond upgrade boosts, which is, I think, a little bit less than maybe somewhere between 200 or 300 dust is what you'd get from that for 60 gems. And again, it's not worth it. This game's all about the grind, so no one really buys any of those. So then you have 3 more packs, and there's only one of these that I would potentially even think about buying, and I'll tell you why. But we've got the uncommon pack, which is 10 gems, and it gives you a guaranteed uncommon and 1 random card, but it's not gonna, neither of those are gonna be good cards that you actually want. Then there's the rare pack, which costs 20 gems. It gives you 1 guaranteed rare and 2 random cards. Again, when it says rare, you're thinking you're gonna get a gold combo card. You don't, it's just a gold final form card. And then the one that this person was talking about was the super rare pack, which costs 40 gems. You get 2 guaranteed rares, so again, it's 2 gold final forms, 1 guaranteed uncommon, so 1 silver final form card, and a chance at an onyx fragments. So this is the only one I would buy, but only for the onyx fragments, not for the other things. But even with that said, all of these packs are 1, way overpriced, and 2, not worth the time or effort. I think it would be awesome if they either increase the price on the rare and super rare packs and added in some gold combo cards, even if it's just the event ones. I feel like that would be better use of these. But honestly, I don't think the uncommon pack is worth it, because let's just say this uncommon pack costs 10 gems. You get 1 uncommon, so 1 silver card and 1 random card, which could be anywhere from bronze, gold, or silver. But even with that being said, they're all, none of them are combo cards. They're all going to be final forms, and they're all just going to be for dust. So basically, you're spending 10 gems for 8 dust, which is horrible. And same thing for the other 2. I don't know the specifics off the top of my head, but story is either reduce the gem count on all those significantly to maybe 1, 5, and 10, or keep them where they're at, or even increase them a little bit, but throw in gold combo cards as a option in there. And I'd be okay even if it's just the event combo cards, but as they are right now, they're not really worth anything. On the Little Isle and Little Town packs, I would probably keep them how they are, but I'd reduce the gem cost by half. So I think spending $10 or so roughly to get 3 guaranteed boss cards does save you a significant amount of time if you're trying to collect all the boss cards. So there is that option, but again, it's kind of a gamble there. Yeah, and then you keep the upgrade packs, but I again would probably reduce those in half to about 30 gems. I feel like spending, how much would that be? Almost $20 to buy 2 or 3 days worth of dust. That's really horrible. I hope no one does that, but who knows? So that's my first thoughts. I know that was kind of a long one, but I had a lot of thoughts and opinions on it. So those are kind of my thoughts. Yes, they need to be upgraded or changed, but how exactly is a great question. I don't know. Number 2, research adjustments. Many new players complain about how hard its research is at the start. it'd be maybe a good plan to add some form of collectible item to skip maybe 24 hours of research and reward early game players with a couple to help them out. That's an interesting idea, maybe a research boost that you can sometimes win from drops, and all it would do is speed up your research, whether it's by half or by a certain incremental amount of time. That could be good idea, because it is frustrating when you're at the start. You don't have a lot of combos already known, and so half your cards don't really combo together. But at the same time, you're playing against decks that are very low quality, so it kind of works. But it would be, I like this idea of research boosts. So that could be another item that could be added to the game to speed up your research. I'd want to flesh it out a little bit more, but I do like that aspect of your suggestion here. But I just finished on TapDog all the research for all the cards I currently have. But Underdog still has probably a couple more months to go. So yeah, I like that grind of research. This is a grindy game, and I know it takes time to perfect everything. So I personally am okay with that research, but I can understand how it could be frustrating for someone starting out, not knowing as much research as you would think. Maybe the long-term idea would just be any cards that are in your starting deck would already have their researches done, and that could help. I don't know. All right, number 3. Make Onyx cards more obtainable. Maybe you get random amount of Onyx fragments for 5 to 10 arena orbs as a trade, or maybe there'll be a 40 gem Onyx pack, maybe a special Onyx combo card only attainable through some specific achievement. Yeah, I overall think I agree with the idea of making Onyx cards more obtainable. I don't know how. Maybe we go back to my previous video on the arena rewards, and they could add in there a pack that would have a chance of giving you an Onyx combo card. It's definitely a balancing act, though, because you don't want everyone to make it easy enough that everyone has Onyx cards right away. The grind aspect is something that drives a lot of people to this game, so maybe improving it that way, or just bringing packs back in and letting us be able to buy packs to have Onyx cards that way. I talked about before the idea of having the Onyx fragments be exchanged for arena orbs. I like that idea too. I don't know if they need to have a pack in game that's always there to purchase Onyx combo cards, though. I feel like that would be too overpowered and too pay to win. But besides that, I do like this idea of maybe adding something to the arena side, since that happens weekly, whereas Rogues is every other week. But let me know your guys' thoughts on that one. Number 4, a direct conversion from gems to gold. Maybe you could give 1 gem for 1,000 gold or something like that. Now that's an interesting idea, because you can go into the shop and buy gems, but there's no way to go into the shop to buy gold. And so I think it'd be interesting if they did add one more page to the shop that was for gold. And you would have to use gems to buy the gold, obviously, because you can't buy gold with gold. So that is an interesting idea. I think there's quite a few games that I play that have both that premium currency and the currency that everyone has. And you can actually use the premium currency to purchase more of the regular currency. One of the frustrations for a lot of us top players is we're almost never going to be able to get to the last achievement on the gold option, where I think you have to spend 10 million gold. I think most of the top players are around 6 or 7 million gold after all these years. So, I mean, eventually they will get there, but that's the hardest challenge right now, is being able to get gold. And so if there was a option to spend gems to buy gold, I think that would be helpful for multiple reasons, because then you could also earn a lot more dust quicker too. I don't know what that ratio would need to be. That all depends on the balance of what gems are worth monetarily wise. The other option they could have is you could buy more gold. Just like you'd buy gems, you could buy gold. Either of those I think would be useful, but I don't know what the ratio should be. That's something that Monumental would have to decide. Good suggestion there. Number 5, add a way to sort by recent, i.e. your most recently obtained, in addition to level, alphabetical, and etc. Yeah, this has popped up a few times for researching and also for just looking at your cards. It would be nice if you could sort by most recently acquired. It'd be very useful as well for when you need to recycle, because then you don't have to try to find that one random card that was a letter W or something that's all the way at the back when it's sorted by alphabetical. So it would be nice if they had a sort by recent. We've talked that to death, so I'm not going to jump more into it. Number 6, make max dust be 1,500 or 2,500 instead of 999. Now, this is probably not a problem that most of you guys have, but yes, there is actually a cap when it comes to the amount of dust you have, and the soft cap is at 999 dust. Now, you can go over that, and basically, if you were to have 998 dust and then you dusted a whole bunch of cards, you'd still have over that amount, whatever the amount of dust was that you had there, but you won't be able to add any additional dust until you've used down past that 999 cap. I think the main reason they added that cap in was because they didn't want bug abusers to find a way. So let's say they had the limit at nothing. Then a bug abuser could come in there and give themselves infinite amount of dust. So they put a cap in so it wouldn't be easy to regenerate dust or get more than that cap, which was roughly 1,000 dust. But at the same time, 1,000 dust will not let you level up your Onyx cards to fuse them. You'd need more dust than that. So I agree, it does need to be higher. I don't really care if it's 1,500 or 2,500 or some other number, but yeah, they should make the cap a little bit higher. I don't think it would be that big of a detriment to bug abusers using too much dust. It'd just be a little bit of a convenience thing. And for those of the 99% of us that use our dust immediately as we get it, it's not going to affect us either way. But for those of us that are saving up and like to do the full level ups at the exact moment they can, it would only affect them. Number 7, make new research slots cheaper, maybe 10 to 20 gems instead of 40 gems, or add a brand new one that you get for free at level 50 or 60. So yeah, I think I like both of these ideas. It would be nice if you look at the research shop, it has 3 on one side and 2 on the other, so I think they could very easily add a third one and make it be 6 slots total. I also think if they're going to adjust the value of gems, that they would either, if they're going to make gems cheaper to buy, they leave the gem price, but if they're going to just keep the same price, then they reduce the amount of gems it costs, because 40 gems is a lot to buy a research slot. I also think it's very beneficial. I've unlocked my slots. Some people only continue to use those 3, but maybe they do add an additional research slot, and maybe it's at tier 100 you get that one unlocked. I think that would be a nice little special item when you hit tier 100. It would be very beneficial. So that's what my suggestion is going to be. At tier 100, everyone gets a free additional research slot spot, and that would give you 6. So it'd be nice and equal on all sides. All right, number 7 on our list here, I'm sorry, I already did number 7. Number 8, allow more than 50 cards to be dusted at once. I believe that this was actually added because people were crashing their games. They would, save up their gold, buy 20,000 gold worth of cards, and then try to delete 200 cards at once. And the game would crash, and they would lose those cards, lose their gold, lose the dust. And so they set this soft cap of 50 because they knew for sure with 50 cards, it wouldn't crash the game. Now, that was back then. Granted, I think most phones have gotten modern enough that they could get away with having a slightly higher cap. What I've done now is once I hit 2,000 gold, that's when I purchase my cards, because that's about roughly the 50 card limit. You could probably get away with a little bit more than 2,000 gold, but that seems to work well for me. But with that being said, I think they could raise it up. I also understand why they have that there, because they need to make sure everyone, not just the people with the most newest phones, have a benefit. So maybe they bump it up to 60, 70, or even 100 cards, and they'll be able to still keep the game working smoothly, but that's the reason why that cap's there, and they probably could get away with increasing it a little bit, but I don't know if that's a top priority. Long term, it's not that big of a deal. They just have to do multiple dusts. All right, and our last suggestion for the day, number 9, more uses for gold or allow mass pack buying. That's an interesting idea. Yeah, so right now, obviously, when you I'm focused on the second half of that, the mass pack buying. When you use your gold, you can either buy a basic pack, which gives you 1 card for 50, or the basic box, which gives you 4 of those single card packs for 200. Now, they added the upgrade pack in there, and we've talked about that before, where it's actually not that efficient for you. It's efficient for people who have a bunch of gold and don't care about losing out on some dust because they want to dust it, or they want to recycle it quickly. But it would be interesting if they were to maybe make a basic pack or crate, let's just say, and maybe that's for 1,000 gold and you get however many cards that would be. That would definitely make it a little bit faster. I think they'd still need to keep the same ratio. But outside of that, I don't think you use gold for anything else. I think there needs to be that gem aspect that is a pay aspect, because they need to be able to make money on this game. And so I think using the currency for what it is right now is probably the best option. I don't think you want to be able to use gold to refill your energy, or use gold to continue your heroics, or refill your arena stats. Those things would not be good long-term for the game, because you'd have no reason for people to buy gems at that point. And you would have less people spending money in this game, less people investing in this game, and therefore less reason for them to support this game. So it's a hard balance to make, but I think gold being used just for buying basic boxes and basic packs is probably the best way to go. You don't want to have additional uses for gold, at least in my mind. I don't know if you guys have other ideas. Let me know in the comments down below. Again, this is just another one of my videos in this series. I've got 2 more I want to do in this series. The first one, or I should say the next one, is going to be on miscellaneous items that kind of didn't really have a category to fit into. So I'm just going to talk about those. And then the last one I'm going to do is about new content that you guys want to add to this game. And we'll kind of go into that and discuss it at that time. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I appreciate you, and make sure you like us, subscribe, and I'll talk to you real soon. All right, bye.